Hey, good morning, everybody. Bob Carr here for the Bob Carr Show. In the studio today. It took me forever to get this guy into the studio. He's so freaking busy. Wonderful guy. I've known him for 20, 25 years. Mr. Wayne Harris. Wayne, I appreciate you and the time to come visit us today and tell a little story about you and I over the years.
But Bob, it's a pleasure being here. Thanks for the invitation. I'm always glad to attest to you and TLC.
I appreciate that, Wayne. I know we talked off camera. You said you didn't know when we met. It was back in the early 2000s, and you were a site supervisor for Koch Homes. I was instructed by Mr. Koch to meet Mr. Wayne Harris and take a look at the main entrance off of Catherine, if I remember right, and a couple model homes, and you had the neighborhood coming out of the ground. You remember that?
Oh, I do. Surely do. It was a busy time. Koch Homes is one of the local premier builders in Anne Arundel County, and I was fortunate enough to work as one of his supervisors. And I remember that call too. He said, Wayne, I'm not quite sure of this gentleman, but I need you to meet him, listen to what he has to say, give him some feedback, and let's see where it goes. And it went and went and went. And we worked together for years after that.
A lot of projects.
Yeah.
Sometimes not always good. I've got yelled at you by several times. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? What are you doing over there? Sometimes we cross property lines on building, and you just say stakes are there. Take care of it. And you were always fair back when you were running production, which I always admired. You know, because a lot of site supervisors, and we won't get into names, will run contractors, subs under the bus to make sure they're good in front of meetings. You know, with the big boss. You never did that. You played fair all the time. And I always told my guys, if Wayne tells you to move a sprinkler system or a lighting system, for whatever reason, just do it, because Wayne is dealing with what he had to deal with. So if he had to change on his end or we screwed up, just do it. And I know our relationship just took off from there. Because then you started referring me all over the place.
Well, that's right.
In the company.
Yeah, and it was well-earned referrals. When we started working together, and I do remember we did have a few incidents where the guys weren't sure where the property lines were.
Sure, it happens.
And they took it upon themselves to start, and I'd pull up and say, well, we need to tweak this a little bit or move it.
Yeah.
Never had a problem with them doing it. They'd say, yes, sir.
We did a lot of homes together. We did a lot of homes.
Well, we did that, Bob.
Yeah.
A lot of communities, entrances, pool houses, community centers. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit of experience together. And it was a good day for Gary Koch when we met the first time, and you did a lot of work for Gary. And to be honest with you, you were one of my better subcontractors. I was really happy when I knew you were going to be handling a particular subdivision or community. Likewise,
because it was always enjoyable. Know you had to go to work, but when you work with people that you like and respect and admire, it makes it so much easier. And to come to you when there is a problem. You know, sometimes we'd have problems that nobody could predict. You know, with a situation with a homeowner, with somebody from the county, for whatever reason. You know, sometimes we all get together and we have to get Gary involved, and hey, we got to sort this out. Gary would come out with his yellow tablet, write down what we had to deal with, and say, I'll get you an answer. And it always would help.
We were always able to confront anything that needed to be tweaked or changed. And what I liked too is you were very responsive to the homeowners of the Koch homes that we were building. Once the community was opened up and homeowners started moving in, you started doing irrigation and later on even uplighting and various things like that, low voltage lighting. You were able to showcase all of Gary's homes. Koch homes are, fantastic dwellings, and your lighting and your sprinkler system would actually showcase the house even more.
Set off the architectural night.
Yeah,
we did a lot of the models that way, and a lot of the wall entrances too with you. I got you.
So you wondered why I came back here, to take a few minutes for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
You've taken more than a few minutes for us.
I appreciate that, Wayne.
No, thank you.
So, Wayne, again, I want to thank you for coming in today. Appreciate you. Our relationship, professional, personal, we did some tragedies together, different things over to both of our families. Always appreciate you. And again, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Bob Carr Show, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching this episode of the Bob Carr Show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below. and we'll see you next week with a new episode of the Bob Carr Show. Talk to you soon.